Welcome back everybody, I'm Craven and this is called Steel. We are in the student building. We still have to talk to everyone here. And then we still need the whole entirely of Trista and the mail building and the bonding points. So for today, we have a lot of things to do before we are allowed into the computer room where we're gonna have... I don't want to call it a date, but a very interesting meeting with Toba. Well, if we are Angelica, then yeah, she would classify that as a date where Rean might get lucky. At least that was her implication of the entire thing, so yeah. Alright, let's get started. Oh hey, I heard you went into that old schoolhouse again for another investigation. All that investigating you're doing is getting me curious about the place. No matter how many times people explore it or try to figure things out, it seems like it never gets any less mysterious. All that's come out of it is that suit of armor George is looking into. I wonder why that is. It could be because that was maybe a small reward for beating that trial. And yes, it was a trial in my opinion. Do you have anything interesting? It is interesting, but I already have that. I think we actually did buy for everyone, right? Yes. And that on... Does not Emma, because she already has something way better than that. Alright, good. Oh, during the festival, not only will we be serving food, but the cafeteria will double as a resting area too. It's always a kind of special kind of living here during the festival, so my husband and I are looking forward to it. Not that he'll ever admit it. No. Her husband, which I always believe is the chef, is a very stoic person. Very nice one too, because you just have to ask for an ingredient and he'll give you an entire bunch without ever asking a question why. During the festival, not only will we be serving food, but the cafeteria will double as a resting area too. It's always a special kind of lively here during the festival, so my husband and I are really looking forward to it. Yes, the jewel potage. Still have no idea what it is. I really should look that up. The lacrosse club has come a long way since the beginning of the year. There's nothing more for us to do but help create a memorable festival. Of course, we don't want to take the spotlight off you first years. This festival is yours to define. We second years are willing to lend a hand, but you first years are really the star of the festival. Together, we should be able to create something to remember. Yeah, they'll help you carry stuff, setting things up, but the idea and the formulation of that is your job to do. Oh, looks like the lacrosse club is gonna be just fine next year with Alyssa and Ferris around. And Theresia and I don't even have half a year left before we graduate, but it's nice to leave the club in such good hands. That's definitely a weight off my shoulders. Yeah, I can imagine that. Looks like the lacrosse club's gonna be just fine next year with Alyssa and Ferris around. It's nice to leave it in such good hands. Coming up with a good idea for this festival is harder than I thought. Especially when all the other classes and clubs have started preparing. It makes me feel the need to rush things along. Yeah, and because you're so late, there are certain ideas you just can't do because someone else is already doing it. And you don't want to be that lame class that copies an idea of another room. Just like putting up a display with your field study reports. It's a cop-out, so we really need to do something amazing. And if we're gonna do what I think we're gonna do, can't wait to see it. But the last thing we want to do is panic and end up with something really boring though. I think I'll have to throw in a towel and admit defeat here. Don't worry Elliot, we'll find something. I'm totally clueless on what we should do at this point. We really need to get something figured out by tonight though. Elliot and I were bouncing ideas off each other, but nothing really seemed to stick in the end. And I think the same thing would happen if we got the rest of the class in on it too. Maybe we need to step back and rethink our approach. I already did that, Makias. We're asking other people from the second year who already did their event just to see if there's any new idea that might fit for our class. Small, personal, and plays to our own personalities. A new perspective might help us figure out what to do. Now, if we just knew how to accomplish that. Nope, not getting it at all. Come on, our whole class is supposed to work on our event. Try try to explain it a way a normal person could understand. Really? A normal person? You're students. None of you are normal. Let's be honest. And they all come up like, oof. You know what I mean? Okay, I have to side with the male student here. I have no idea what he's talking about. What would be the best way to decorate the cafeteria? What? You don't think I'm going to decorate it myself, do you? A girl from the student council asked me to think about decoration, so that's what I'm doing. Reluctantly. We're gonna have quite a few visitors, so we'll need to decorate over here too. Not that I care, I'm only worrying about decoration because some girl of the student council asked me to. Gotta be Toa, and let's be honest, no one can say no to Toa, not even us. Okay, let's just to make sure, are there any events in this building? No, just on the main building in our... Is that our classroom? I think it is. And on the field. Yes, we will be warned, of course, on the map, but I know I can be dense sometimes. Especially when I'm a little bit down on the weather, but it will be fine. We'll get it. Oh, Ferris, my sister supreme, your expression of late stirs an indestructible and enormous pride within me. One could readily liken it to serene radiance given off by snow as it melts under the gentle sunlight. Rejoice, Ferris. Join your brother in his carnival of unending joy. I almost thought he said carnal, and that would be very, very weird saying that to your own sister. Do you ever stop being so aggravating? Why must you bother me whenever Serapha is too busy for your nonsense? You have grown rather fond of the lacrosse club, have you not? This calls for a celebration. What say you, to enjoy some tea at the saloon? Nothing but the finest, of course. Why must he blow everything out of proportion? Just because Serapha is currently occupied doesn't give him carte blanche to bother me. Well, to be honest, that's his personality. And I think that's one of the reasons why Margarita is so... strucken by him. I finished writing up the prologue for the plot outline you gave me. I might have gotten a bit carried away with my own interpretation of some of the scenes, though. Warn me in advance, how graphic does it get? Very. It's like, you might need to clean the papers afterwards, yeah. I'm used to writing stuff explicit for women of similar tastes, so this is turning out to be a little tricky. But with our powers combined, I'm sure it's going to turn out great. We may have sort of some issue here. I'll leave coming up with ideas to you for now, Rean. Got it. Don't worry about it, I think we'll manage. Gone fishing? Of course. Class has finished meeting for the day. Yes, we know. We saw Makias downstairs already. Ooh, look at the orb. Something ominous is coming. It seems as though a girl in class 7 and I may be kindred spirits. My crystal ball tells me that she will play a part in something far greater than we could know. Not only that, I've caught her speaking to a black cat more than once. Fate seems to have many hardships in store for the poor girl. I hope someday she'll feel like talking about it, at least. Yeah, because we know that Rean, and I think the entirety of Class 7 will be there for Emma, if she opens up to us. But yeah, I feel the same way, Beryl. There's something a lot bigger going on with Emma and Celine, but we'll have to wait until the game informs us about it. While I thought I sensed a kindred spirit, perhaps we aren't as similar as I initially thought. Fate seems to have many hardships in store for the poor girl. Yeah. No photography club. Probably in Trista making some last minute pictures. The door to the student council room is locked. To wanted me to meet in the computer room, didn't she? I should get going to the second floor of the main building. No, we should not, because we have much more people to talk to. I'm just trying to consider whether or not I want to go to Trista first, and then go back to the main building so we can end up in front of the computer room with everything. You know what? I think I might do that. Also considering we're on a hidden quest for Patrick, which is basically to hear out Celestin and see what's up, because he's been acting really weird towards Patrick. Patrick confided in us, and we have an honor to just go and ask for him and get it sorted. So I hope we can do that. Anybody here? So yeah, let's get back to Trista. And leave the main building for last. And when we're done with Trista, we're gonna start doing our bonding events with the people we will not pick. Being, of course, Crow and Milliam. All my bragging about how I can end up backfiring on me. Now I'm in charge of making Eastern tea cake thing for my class attraction. I don't even know how to make them, so I'll have to look up a recipe somewhere. Give me the recipe when you have it. All my bragging about how I cooked up ended up backfiring on me. Okay. We have to keep an eye on him, maybe he will give us a recipe. Turns out I'll be having a wee competition with Hugo at the festival. I'll be selling yakisoba and he'll be selling crepes. Just you wait, Hugo. You'll have to brass neck when I sell more than ye. There's no chance I'll lose this competition, wee Hugo. Just you wait, wee man. You'll have a brass neck when I sell more than ye. I'm sure you're gonna win, Becky, because with that personality, you will attract the entire campus, I know it. Oh, the student council impossibly busy thanks to the Academy's festival. Which reminds me, your class still hasn't submitted a thing, has it? Well, good luck with whatever you do. We'll be hoping for the best for you all. Okay, I was hoping for a little bit encouragement and pushing, but I'll take what I can get. Alright, let's go to the other dorm, where we need to be for our side quest. And of course, delivering, I think, 2 new recipes to the maid, if we can find her. Now that summer has drawn to a close, I believe a change in menu is in order. As Master Vincent is quite keen on foie gras, perhaps I will serve it seared atop a truffle-garnished filet steak. This dorm is incredible as ever. I can't even imagine eating like that every day. I would like to eat that once. Yeah, gotta put that on my bucket list, definitely. Have like the most fanciest dinner with ridiculous prices and such small portion that you know it's an elite restaurant. But yeah. Nobles tend to change their lifestyles with the seasons. It would be derelict of me if I were not to think up a new menu for the new season. Where is he? Is he hiding from me? Did he figure out I was doing chores for Patrick? Oh, hello there. Is there something I can help you with? Well, I'm actually looking for Celestin. You haven't seen him around anywhere, have you? Well, I have, but he left for your dorm just a short while ago. He mentioned having something to collect from Sharon. From Sharon, huh? I wonder what it is. Thank you very much for the info. I'll try to catch him over there. We servants are always busy this time of year. For instance, I have to double check who has permissions to come home late and then make sure their meals are prepared accordingly. However, it's all for the sake of supporting those hardworking students, so I'll gladly put the effort in. Alright. Yes. Just like I thought, 2 new dishes. Wow, I had no idea such delicious looking food existed. Thank you very much. This should be a great help. Please, allow me to return the favor. They're all bomb, thank you very much. And the next will probably be the last. Just like with Thomas, of course. Wow, I had no idea such delicious looking food existed. Thank you very much, this should be a great help. You're more than welcome. Alright. Time to hit our next location and talk to the kids. I'll be taking off the children to the Academy Festival next month. I hope to see all of you there. I'll be there, alright. In fact, how about the 2 of us just go together? I'm not sure about that. You and Rudy would be able to walk around on your own, but there are other younger children who will need to be accompanied. As a sister, it's my duty to make sure that everyone can enjoy themselves. Yeah, I suppose you're right. Well, I have to say, props to the boy, because it takes a lot of courage to ask someone on a date. And he just went for it. I can respect that. Oh, you and Rudy will be able to walk around on your own, but there are other younger children who will be unaccompanied. Well, did I? It is. Alright. Ah, now I get it. He's got a crush on Rean. Man, just look at that dumb look on his face. Took you a long while, Rudy. Oh man, just got scared thinking about how Taizel's gonna react to this. I'm pretty sure she's suspecting at least something, right? Alright, and we're gonna do something today where we're in Trista that we normally don't do, and that is going inside the dorm as we are here. Normally that's our end location for the day. This time it's a computer room, so we can get in there, and we have to talk to Sharon, of course, for Patrick's hidden quest, but maybe there are other people in the dorm as well. Oh, Rean fits right in here these days. She gets along so well with the town folks and children too. Part of me wishes that she would become an official sister and remain here in Trista with us forever. Forever. She truly is what it takes to become a sister. I think she does too. Because she cares for the children and the people of the town. And she doesn't get too excited when she got asked on a date by people. Even if they're younger. Oh, and so another day safely comes to an end. The world simply doesn't feel as stable these days. Not only was Crossbow attacked, but many other worrying rumors are swirling around of late. Now's the time for the church to work to soothe the heart of the public. Yeah, and that's your job, Father Paolo. Oh, Ideals, please guide us along the correct path. Well, we'll be looking at you for a lot of things, Father, especially to keep the people calm. Alright. I'm helping Kenny think up stuff for the festival. I think you should put a bunch of fish up. Everyone would think that they were so cool. Maybe I should display all the fish I've caught then. I'm helping Kenny think of stuff for the festival. Yeah, but if you do hang up fish, make sure you dry them out first, cause at the beginning of the festival, it would be amazing. By the end of the day, it will be a horror fest. By smell alone, if you know what I mean. Oh, I was gonna ask my brother for some advice on what to do about the festival. Turns out I can't even get in touch with him for some reason. I'm just gonna have to think of something myself then. Anything interesting? Not yet. Have a quick look. We know the answer, but as always, we do like to make sure. Just for that one instance, there are gonna be new fish in there. I'm home. Is the bath ready? Yes, it's ready for you. I can heat up your dinner for you too, if you'd like. Oh, Emil's tutor is over, so please try to be quiet. I'm home. Alright, yeah, we already heard about this, because they are actually trying, and I respect that from them. But yeah, it's a bit awkward, isn't it? I'm hoping this is the good kind of awkward, like you both do love each other, but you know things need to be worked out and you're trying your best to do that, and not awkward as, oh, we're doing this for the kids, let's just get it right, that kind of stuff. I do hope by the end of Cold Steel 1 they'll be back together like normal. I mean, not normal as before, but normal as a couple should be. Seemed like his parents finally made up. That's good to see. Family is the most important thing in the world, and you want everyone to get along. Very true. And, the family, you help each other and be honest. I really have to thank you, Klein. My parents wouldn't be getting along now if it weren't for your advice. Hey now, don't give me credit for that. Everything turned out well because you had the courage to tell them how you felt. You think? Yeah, and not just Emil, his sister did the same thing. I think Emil talked to his father and his sister talked to the mother. Yeah, and they really got the message across really clearly. It was so clear. You can practically see the changing of the seasons in the sunset. Well, that and the fact that the summer flowers have all withered away. But now, it's time for the autumn flowers to start blooming. While it's always saddening to see flowers wither away, no one can stop the changing of the seasons. It's hard to believe that it's been half a year since the new school year began. That explains why your first years have been looking so reliable these days. Especially Class 7, we did some amazing stuff that students shouldn't even be doing. And I can be proud of that. The first years do all the heavy lifting to set up the festival events, don't they? Well, they certainly did a great job last year. A delightful time. I can't wait to see how this year will turn out. Me too. You start preparing for the Academy Festival right about now, right? I'm eager to attend this year, so good luck to you all. Yeah, that's the one thing you have when you're so friendly with everybody like Rean is. People want to know what you will be doing for the event, and you have to make it grand. This ain't the first time Kay dolt on his way back home. If you're going to study, he could at least lend me a hand. Well, could he not just pick up the fact that he might have a crush on somebody and see if he can support him? But I can understand, because studying is extremely important. And nothing new in the shop, as always. Yeah, let's do a round around these buildings first. And see how much a cat ear is from Mick. You should be able to make it just in time. Well, with little Toby on the case, I'm sure we won't have much to worry about. I wonder who he's talking about. The name Toby sounds familiar, but it could be because I've been playing Monster Hunter in my off time. And I've been fighting a couple of Toby Gadashis. But even in correlation with this series, why does it ring a bell? Well, you in the comments, if you know, you can let me find. You can tell me, unless it's spoilery, you know the deal. If not, we'll figure it out, and maybe it's just nobody. Oh, hey kid, lots of dangerous stuff happening these days, so be careful on your way home. We will. You can say what you want, but he's actually really nice. Kitty ears, 20. It's still so much too much. But I want one. This one are just 10, so we can always get those. Alright. Expensive, but we want it. Oh, wait, check curious if we have missed anything. Ooh! Did we miss this? Could this be in the chest from Lohengrim Castle that we missed? Could be. But this is why I'm glad that Mick's Pawn Shop is here. Just so if we miss something, we can get it. And Time Elemental Mastery Quartz? Could be interesting. That's a pretty low level. Is it further away that we missed this? It can be a store thing, because I would definitely know, but can you look at the image inside of it? It reminds me of Celine. Yes, we are gonna get it. I'm not gonna miss any single one of them. Yeah, at the end of the game, when we're going towards the really hard bosses, I would need to turn all the monsters back to who they belong to. Well, I could if I wanted to. It's gonna be really hard to figure out what the original order was, but I think we're gonna be fine, because if we don't remember what it originally was, we can just pick the one that's best for them. And usually it's the same thing, because with Laura, it's really easy. Critical or high damage, that's what it is. And right now, she is over 1,000 points, so I'm really glad that there's no cap on 999. That way she can keep on growing. Alright, let's look at this happy couple. Oh, Hannah, my beautiful bride. After seemingly endless days and nights of longing, I have finally returned to your side. Oh, Harrison, dear husband, I never gave up hope that you would return. No words now, just your sweet embrace. Yeah, this is like the other side of the spectrum when it comes to relationship compared to the two we saw with the other house with Emil. But yeah, this is good, but maybe a little bit much. At least for them, definitely. Oh, sorry, got a little caught up in the festive mood. Now I'm really embarrassed. Ah, don't be, it's sweet. Oh my, I'm sorry, I got caught up in Harrison's silly act. It's so embarrassing when your neighbor sees everything. Well, we didn't see everything. We saw a lot. Oh my, I'm sorry, I got caught up in Harrison's silly act. It's so embarrassing when your neighbor sees everything. Mommy and Daddy are always like this. Sheesh. Well, trust me kid, it's better this way. Oh, Well, to some point, of course. Because if they just keep sucking face, for a lack of a better word, and not spend any time with you, then it might be a bit much, but I think they got it handled. You know what? Let's go straight into the dorm. Since we don't have to be here, we're only here for the hidden quest. So it's just another building we need to go through. Keep those beers coming. Looks like she's pretty wasted. I should just let her sleep it off. Definitely. I'm done. I hit my limit. There needs to be more booze in this glass. I best leave her alone for now. She'll wake up soon enough. Yeah, with a killer hangover. Maybe. If she's an expert at drinking, she might survive the night without hangovers. Oh, hello, Master Rean. Is there something you need from me? I'm actually searching for Celestin right now. Have you seen him? I heard that he was headed over here. Indeed, you missed him by a matter of moments. As it happens, I made too much for dinner this evening, so I decided to offer him what we wouldn't be able to eat, which he said he would gladly take off our hands. So he was here to collect it. I see. Maids and butlers have their own economy here, don't they? Whatever helps them perform remarkably and spectacularly, definitely. Does it mean he headed back to the upper class dorm then? No, not necessarily. There was something about his demeanor today that seemed quite different than usual. He was considering a brief stop at Kirsch's on his way back to unwind a little. Though I can't say for sure that he's headed there. Kirsch's, was it? Well, that's my next stop at least. Thank you, Sharon. You're very welcome. I have to be in the middle of dinner preparations. There is still some time until everyone else returns, so dinner will have to wait until then. If you have any remaining business, it may be wise to finish it now. We will. Now I'm glad I haven't gone to Kirsch's yet, so we can all combine it together, which is perfect. Alright, let's look up the stairs. I'm doubting that someone will be here. Maybe Laura. Thinking of ideas. Nope, she's out as well. Did we? Yeah, we possibly have met her in the last episode, right? She wasn't a gymnasium, that's for sure. Alright, rest of the town, to go! My case sensors are tingling. Is he bucking poor Rosine again? He always gets carried away because he's such a sweet person. Well, my sensors aren't always right. Kay's been hanging around Rosina a lot lately. I hope he's not bugging her again. It's almost embarrassing to be associated with him sometimes. I wonder, because his friend mentioned that she might be upset. Would it implement that she has a crush on him? Okay. Or are they just friends? I don't know. Not explicitly told by Tyzel herself, which I can understand. You don't confide something like that in a person like Rean. Come on. One of the classes has got some carton things in the works. They asked me for some crazy elaborate stuff too. Guess you kids are all thinking big for this year's festival. Every year you get all these super fancy events at the festival. The concert last year was one of a kind though. Yes, and we're gonna make it two of a kind or even better. Ooh, no, not ingredients. We have enough healthy liquor with us. Alright, perfect. And when they say healthy liquor, I think they mean like for cooking, right? Not just to drink it. It's gotten so chilly lately. Must be a sign that I need to buy some new clothes for the fall. Oh my, there's just so much to spend money on this time of year. I think it's time I start buying some new clothes. I mean, what am I supposed to do without new clothes? Go naked? It's a completely necessary use of my money. Yes, buy some winter clothes. You know it's coming. I was so ready to be dressed like the Nine for the festival, but then I remembered that all students have to wear their uniforms. Oh well, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to check out the fall fashions anyway. I was so ready to be dressed to the Nine for the festival, but then I remembered all students have to wear their uniforms. Yeah, it could be slightly sad, but it serves a purpose. Unless you're running a cat cafe, then you definitely have to wear something else. Oh, I wonder what Crow's plans are this year. From what I've heard, He essentially helped every single class with their festival attractions last year. He even stopped in here to order some interesting outfits at the very last minute. Now, it was a struggle to prepare those in time. Last year Crow ran here at the last minute to order some custom-made outfits. It was a struggle to prepare those in time. I can imagine if it's our idol outfits, because those can be very specific. Very cute too. Right. Gershadish. Ooh, there's Laura. We were just talking about you. And by doing this, you can turn it into an octodog. My word, you transformed that hot dog into an octopus. I didn't know you were capable of such miracles, Monica. Well, I didn't know if I'd go that far, but how about I teach you how to make them? And then you can be a miracle worker too. Trust me, making octopus sausages from hot dogs, definitely a skill you need to have in your repertoire. It's amazing and very easy to do. You mean it? Oh, thank you so much. Never expected Laura would be the cooking type. I guess she has a feminine side after all. Of course she has, come on. Amazing to think that one could fashion a hot dog into a little octopus or cut an apple into the shape of a rabbit. Ooh. The only time I've seen an apple turned into the shape of a rabbit was on a TikTok video of someone making it into a bong. I don't think it's the same thing. Laura's too straight and narrow to something like that. I wasn't aware that cooking was such an intricate art. It can be, if you make it. Laura's gotten hooked on cooking lately. It's nice to be able to teach her something after being her pupil for so long. Yeah, I can imagine that. Hey, the student becomes the teacher and this teacher becomes the student. The perfect relationship. Oh, Misty, you're finally here. Right, I've got an important job for you tonight. You've got to help me out with my new plan. I call it the Long Live Radio Trista strategy. The two of us can pull this off if we work together, so let's get this meeting started. You gotta help me out with the Live Radio Trista strategy. The two of us can pull this off if we work together, so let's get this meeting started. Well, hey, it's been a while. It's just about time for your Academy Festival, isn't it? Sounds like it'll be a riot. Maybe I'll manage to find the time to pop by at some point. It'll be great to see you there, but don't overwork yourself just to go. Well, not overwork to go, but it could be a relaxing event for her too. Now that hits the spot. A younger boy caring for you really is refreshing. Yeah, I think Sarah feels the same way. She's definitely an odd one. Yeah, and she's definitely flirting with you. Oh, Misty's finally arrived. Phew. I was beginning to worry that we are going to have to cancel tonight's event time. Misty makes the director panic on a regular basis, but they really are perfectly suited to work with each other. Hey, tonight's broadcast should be as fantastic as ever. Yeah, and if there ever was a bonding event with Misty, I didn't even have to think twice about it. I would straight go for it. Not just out of curiosity, but because it's Misty and we're a fan. Let's talk to everyone before Celestin. Abbott seems awfully worried. Do you think we'll really end up going to war with Crossbell? Maybe. I can't say 100% no. I hope not. It's only been 10 years since the war with Liberal. I don't want us to go through anything like that ever again. Me neither. The Imperial Liberation Front is still at large, it would seem. I can relax knowing that those loonies are still running around there. The Imperial Liberation Front is still at large, it would seem. I can relax knowing that those loonies are still running around. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Ooh, Celestin. No, not Celestin. Celine. You're not the same person. Aw, that's cute. What were you doing hanging around the old schoolhouse, Celine? Is there something you want to tell me? Meow. Oh yeah, I guess that's about as much as you can tell me. I think instead of can, focus it on me, because I think she can tell Emma. She seems happy. Maybe I'll bring her some more another time. Yeah, we keep on giving it to her every time we can, just in case we get more rewards. Or an achievement. Both will be more than fine. Ah, nothing gets that feeling of youth quite like the Academy Festival. They tell me Crow pulled off something really crazy last year. No idea what though, since I didn't get to see it. I'll hit the festival this year if I can to take time off. Always look at the shop, even though we know there's nothing here. Just some good priced coffee with pizza. Oh, Celestin. Good day, Master Rean. My apologies as always for constantly troubling Master Patrick causes you. Oh no, no worries. He's not half as much as trouble as he tries to be. Hold on a sec. Is that alcohol you're drinking? Not even I can escape the allure of drinking on the job once in a while. Oh, sorry. That was my terrible attempt at a joke, of course. This is non-alcoholic. I'm here for the atmosphere rather than the intoxication. I see. Patrick was right. He is acting kind of strange. Time for me to get to the bottom of this. Hey, Celestin. If I may, Master Rean, allow me to guess the sequence of events that brought you here. On your way to the training hall, you just happened to bump into Master Patrick. After a period of guarded discussions, he let slip his worries about me. And being the paragon of selflessness you are, you offered to talk with me, which ultimately led you here. Am I correct? Yes, I do like the word paragon. I try to be. You haven't been watching us from the shadows or anything, have you? Not at all. It was a simple deduction when you know the pieces in play and the surrounding circumstances. However, the real surprise is that Master Patrick could bring himself to make a request of you. It must have caused him more concern than I'd ever imagined. Yeah, but let's be honest, Patrick, I still think has a thing for Rean's sister, and Rean is very approachable, let's be honest. Yeah, he's really worried about you. I don't want to ask you to say any more than you're comfortable with, but is there anything you can tell me? Let's just say that things are rather complex. Then would you prefer to talk to Patrick about whatever's going on? I feel kind of bad for him the way things stand. I understand. You've come all this way for Master Patrick's sake, so it would be rude of me to leave things as they are. But just telling you everything would be a bit of a bore, so why don't we play a little card game? Uh-oh. What kind of card game? I have two blade cards here. One card is a 1 and the other is a 7. Now watch carefully as I shuffle these. Correctly guess which one is a 7 and you win. Do that and I'll tell you everything you wish to know. Well, if you don't mind me getting one question in now, is there a point to all of this? I admit that's kind of an unusual requirement, but this is a deeply personal matter, so I'm a little hesitant to discuss it. In other words, I'd rather put myself into a situation in which I don't have the choice not to. Which is actually pretty understandable. That actually makes sense. Well then, I accept your challenge. Oh no, I was hoping I could get out of here and save it. Because I need to win. Thank you. Then please choose, Master Rean, which card is number 7. Ooh, this is gonna be a shitfest if I miss the card. Alright. We can do this. Because I redo everything in order to get here. 100%. Because this is for AP points, I'm sure, and I don't want to miss any of it. Well, if I follow the cards from how it's shuffled, we should end up with the left card. But the thing is, when they go over each other, the question is, do they really switch places, or is it just a visual effect? So yeah. I'll go with the card on the left. Understood. Please. Allow me to flip the card. I bet if you flip the card, and then your finger. Yes! And there's the 7. Looks like I win, Celestin. Indeed. Excellently played, Master Rean. So, if you wouldn't mind? Fear not. I'm a man of my word. How do I begin? I recently received a direct order to return to Hiram's household from the Marquis himself. In fact, I'm expected to return to St. Ark as early as next week. Are you serious? Gravely, personally, I much rather stay by Master Patrick's side. However, I've been told that things are getting hectic over there. I see. I'm surprised to hear that the Marquis would ask for Celestin specifically. He must be even more talented than we think he is. However, Marquis Higharms is an incredible, good-hearted man. It's entirely possible that he will allow me to continue to do as I wish so long as I carry out the duties he asks of me. So I've been trying to find a way to remain in Trista, no matter how much additional work I must do. That's what's had me so occupied of late. And then, embarrassingly enough, has been the root of my odd behavior. That would do it. But do you mind if I ask why you want to stay by Patrick's side that much, though? Like we said when we talked to Patrick, they spend so much time together that they're more like brothers than servant and master. Perhaps it does seem a bit strange from your perspective. I'm afraid we don't have time for the full story, but I will say this. Master Patrick was the one to treat me not as a servant, but as an equal. He gave me place in the world that others couldn't, and for that, I would do anything for him. I never knew. So this is what Patrick meant when he said they're more than just master and servant. That's sad. I feel terribly that my attempts to remain by his side have caused him so much concern. But telling you all of this has made up my mind. How so? I've decided I'm going to tell his lordship exactly how I feel. Should that fail, I will simply have to think of something else, but I will stay with Master Patrick. But it was speaking to you that allowed me to reach that conclusion. Well, if bouncing your thoughts of me helped, then I'm glad I was here. Well then, I shouldn't waste another minute here if I want to settle all of this. Allow me to take my leave, Master Rean. Good luck. I hope it works out for you. Also, could I ask you to explain my behavior to Master Patrick? I have some explaining of my own to do later, of course, but I would like it if you could at least share the basic details of my feelings on the matter with him. Of course, you can count on me. Oh, that scene actually got me a lot more than I cared to admit. That was really nice. It also shows you that not all nobles are dicks. Some aren't that way because it's how the nobles should behave themselves in public to local standards. But you can see that Patrick is able to see a commoner as his equal, as his brother. And that is really amazing to see. I like that. I really do. The Imperial Liberation Front is still at large, it would seem. I can relax knowing that those loonies are still running around out there. Yeah. Alright. So, that's it for Trista. We still have Milliam, the main building, and of course, Alyssa's bonding event to go. So I think that's where we should focus on right now. So we're gonna see Milliam's event, then go for Crow, Alyssa, and then we're gonna do the main building. And this episode took a little bit longer than I thought it was gonna be, so we're gonna do Milliam and leave it at that for the day and start next time with Crow. Making it easier for me to record as well, so yeah, I'm gonna take advantage of that. Alright, let's see what we can help Milliam with. I made some cookies at the cooking club today. Nicholas and Margarita got all freaked out about it, but it was super fun. What you do this time? She ate the cookies before Margarita could put a love potion on it. I think she made the right choice. I let Lemmy help me flatten out the cookie dough, but he kind of flattened the whole board on accident. It's almost charming when you put it like that. Yes, and if you remember me saying it in one of the episodes, I would have loved to have seen that. Yeah, it would have been amazing. Should I spend some time with her? Yes. Mind if I hang out with you for a bit, Milliam? We don't really get the opportunity to relax together very often. Sure, go ahead. Sit on down and kick your feet up. Life as a student is so much fun. I've been here for a month already and I haven't gotten bored at all. Glad to hear it. Oh yeah, you made some cookies at the cooking club, didn't you? How'd they turn out? Wanna try them for yourself? Milliam took some cookies out of a paper bag. Here you go, they're pretty good. Awesome, I can't wait. It's a bit salty. Yeah, I messed up and used salt instead of sugar. That's such a cliché that I didn't think people actually did it. It's actually pretty good though. Oh, hey Rean. Did you ever stop to think that I might have poisoned that cookie? Didn't even cross my mind. You wouldn't have really gained anything by doing that, would you? Well, that is true. You might not want to be so trusting, though. It's like you forget I'm with the intelligence division sometimes. Okay, that's true. Mostly due to how natural it feels to have you here. Think about it. There are tons of students here at Thors, and a lot of them are kind of weird, to be honest. This is a normal school, and you're not an average student, but you fit here and make things more interesting. I mean, I guess in that way, Thors is kind of like that salty cookie, and maybe that makes you the salt. I think I kinda get what you mean, though. I'm not really sure, though. It's fine if you don't get it right now. Maybe it'll make sense someday. Thanks for the cookie. I wouldn't mind having some more another time. Got it. I'll make them even saltier, just for you. That's not what I meant. Ah, very sweet. Your bond with Milliam strengthened. Yeah, and this is the only reason why I've been doubting whether or not to go with Alyssa, Milliam, or Crow. Because Alyssa is already maxed out with her linkage points, so she's already there. So we could definitely use those points on Milliam and Crow just to get to the next level. But on the other side, we're so far into the game that I can guarantee you Milliam and Crow are never gonna reach that level 5. It's impossible unless I go on an insane grinding spree, and I'm not planning on doing that. And that's why I said, you know what, Alyssa is our main squeeze on this game. I've decided that, so we'll take her and just take the post for granted. But I do have to say, if it was someone else besides Milliam and Crow that we could use the event on, I would have definitely skipped Alyssa and have gone with the other options, just because they would be able to reach the maximum if we did this event. Yeah. I wish there was like an item we could use to manually increase our linkage points, or give us an accessory with increased friendship. There isn't one, is there? At least I don't think so. I kinda get what you mean, I guess. Look forward to my next batch of cookies, though they'll be even tastier. Thank you very much. And if you want to use more salt, use chocolate in your cookies as well, because salt and chocolate can really go well together, in my experience. So yeah, that would be a great thing to add. Alright, so for now, let's stand in front of the station, zoom in. Yep. We're gonna leave it here. Next time, like I said, we're gonna do Crow's bonding event, and of course afterwards Alyssa. And then we can do the main building and see the events with Toa. It's too much of things to do to wrap it all up in this episode, sadly, but next time we're gonna go for it, and I'm pretty sure we can make it happen. It also means that after we are done with that, we're probably gonna go straight into our next practical exam, which you know will be another fight with rules. So I'm very curious to see what it's gonna be this time, but we'll figure it out then. But until then, I wish you a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. And if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time as we go on a unofficial date with Toa. See you then. Bye-bye.